I decided to leave the gym. While I was leaving, I asked myself, should I take this right turn to my house or should I take the left turn to the hospital? And immediately, Ronnie Coleman came to my mind because these were exactly his words.
And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm still in pain. And I like, should I make this right turn and go to work or should I make this left turn and go to the hospital?
So guys, this happened during one of my leg days. It's always on the leg days. That day, I don't really know how it happened. I just came in, I did my normal warm-up section. I was doing Bulgarian split actually when it happened, and I was the last set. The only thing I remembered was I knew I went up the weight a little bit. So I was cruising through the last set. I felt this tangle at the back of my neck while I was actively on the set. So immediately I just shook my head, tried to shake off the cobwebs, and it actually went off. So I finished the reps. I didn't stop in between. But then I was like, man, what just happened? What did I feel? It was super hard on my neck. I continued my exercise anyways. Hey guys, what is going on? I got exertion headaches again while lifting, and this is what I did. Guys, if you don't know, I got exertion headache some time ago and it stopped. Now it came back again, and this is what I did to make sure that it went off finally and never came back. You see, most of us, we feel exertion headache while lifting and we really do not know what to do. But this is what I did, and it will teach you what to do as well. Before I continue, this is a disclaimer right here. I'm not a qualified medical practitioner. If you feel anything severe that you don't really understand, I recommend you go see a doctor. Because this worked for me does not mean it can work for you. Don't put your life at risk. Make sure you see a doctor when you notice anything that is severe or extreme. Now let's get back to the video. What did I do? First of all, I analyzed. I said, what did I do wrong? Or what was I not getting? All these things were things I asked myself. Now, one thing I remembered was I went up the weight. The weight I was using was above what I used to use. And it wasn't really that heavy. It was just like 10 pounds above what I used to use. So I was like, it wasn't really that much, but I knew I went above the weight that I used to stop at. Now, another thing I realized while I was analyzing was a lot of people were looking at me. You see, this is one thing you should avoid at all. You should avoid ego lifting. Most times we get extra motivation when we notice that someone else is noticing what we are doing, more especially in the gym. And this happens to most of my guys. You're lifting, maybe you saw a beautiful girl close to you and you're trying to impress her. Never do this, guys. This will give you serious injuries. Whenever time you're in the gym, don't lift to impress nobody. Man, I don't check on girls when I'm in the gym, but I know girls check me out. But I don't really pay attention because it could be very risky. You might be moving with motivation, you might be moving to impress someone else, and you have yourself injured. But that day, I had a lot of eyes on me because I was really going heavy. You see, some of us that go heavy, when you go to the gym, you will just notice that you're the only one going heavy. There are fewer people that are going heavy just like you. So 9 out of 10 times, a lot of people will stare at you. A lot of people will be like, applaud you because you're really going heavy. So that was what happened to me that day. I had a lot of people just staring at me. So I was like, man, I gotta do this. And this happened. This is me analyzing. So I found out that I was going even harder due to the fact that I got motivated, I got excited. A lot of persons were looking at me trying to see what I was doing. So guys, never go with motivation, never do things to impress anybody. You will have yourself injured. I'm telling you from experience. So I analyzed a whole lot of things, but there was nothing so serious when I analyzed. I found out that I didn't just jump to the weight. I worked my way up to the weight. I did my warm up. I did everything right. Then why did I still got exertion headaches? Now I left the analysis part. Then I was like, what is the solution to this? And here is what I did next. Number two, I included early morning stretches. One thing you will never want to do is when you get off from bed, you just jump off the bed. The body doesn't really accept that. And there are several cases where people faint, where people lose their consciousness because they just jump out of the bed. Anytime you wake up, you need to give your body at least 3 to 5 minutes to understand what is happening, because it's just as if you're coming out from another world. So when you wake up from sleep, give yourself 3 to 5 minutes to calm down. After that, the next thing I did was morning stretches. I started doing morning stretches. And why I started doing morning stretches was this exertion headache was different from the one I used to know or the one that happened to me previously. This time while I walked, I felt the headache. While I tried to, brush my teeth, I was feeling the headache on my skull. It was severe. It was like crazy. So I had to add extra stretches to my routine. And one of the things I did was morning stretching. Once I got up from bed, I stay calm for like 3 to 5 minutes. Guys, this helps a lot. When you wake up from sleep, don't just jump off the bed. So when I calm down with 3 to 5 minutes, I stretched. Some of the stretches I did, I will show you to you in the screen here. I did, and these were exactly the stretches I did in the gym. I did my neck rotations, I did my lookups, I did my arm rotations, I added some jumping jacks, you know what I'm saying? I did some, I did some camel and donkey movements on the floor. These are simple stretches that can help you ease your veins and get the blood flowing. These stretches, I added it in my morning routine and it magically reduced the headaches. This worked like magic for me. I don't know what it is, but I'm sharing it with you. Most of you that might go through what I'm going through, these were what I did, and it automatically reduced the extra headaches I felt that were outside the gym, because I said I now felt headache even when I'm doing things on my everyday life. I felt headache on my skull. So after the morning stretches, here is what I did next. Number three, I did stretch warm-ups as well. These stretches I did in the morning, I also added them to my workouts. Before I work out, I did these stretches as well. Guys, you have to stretch. There has to be a form of warm-up before you start lifting weight. Most of you go to the gym and start going heavy. That shit can cause you injury. See, one thing I now do whenever time I go to the gym is I stay conscious. And also I make sure I'm safe. These two things are very important. Most of the times we might get injured not because of what we did, but because of what someone else is doing. Not everybody you see in the gym is an expert. Most of them don't even know what they are doing. They might go to lift 400 pounds, 200 pounds, and what happens? They finally drop the weight on you. Anytime I'm in the gym, I'm super conscious. I'm looking around what is going on around me. I don't want someone else to cause me serious injuries. I'm not saying you're wishing for anything bad, but it's good to always stay safe. So I added some stretches, I added these stretches to my warm-ups before I started lifting weight. Some of the stretches, and I already showed you, I added it. You can still add some cycling in there. Cycling is a very good form of warm-up, more especially if you want to do your leg exercises. You can cycle for like 5 to 10 minutes, not something crazy. Now, after my stretches, this is something else I made sure I accomplished. Number 4, progressive overload. You have to work your way up your weights. I just said this before. Most of you go to the gym, you just load up some heavy weights trying to prove what I don't understand. You have to work your way up the weight. In my own opinion, the first set must be a warm-up set. You're not building no muscles with the first set. Use a weight that is relatively super light. It's called your warm-up set. And what I do is I bring out one set for my warm-up. And after the warm-up, I don't just jump to a certain weight. I make sure I work my way up. It has to be progressive, either in 5 pounds progressive or 10 pounds progressions, depending on your energy level. Don't just jump to a weight. So I walk myself up the weight. And the truth is, if you even walk yourself up the weight, you find out that you can even lift more weight compared to when you just jump to the weight. If you jump to the weight, you can't do so much. And the last thing I did, number 5, was I deloaded. It was on IG the other day. Someone asked me what it means to deload. If you're not locked in on my IG, go check my IG out. Follow me on IG. I do live Q&As. I do question and answers where you can ask me questions for free and I answer you, help you achieve your fitness goals. And also I share great workout tips that most times you don't see on YouTube here. So check the first link in the description box. Make sure you're following me on IG. Now back to deload. What deload actually means is a period when you rest. I'm just saying what it means direct, no gimmicks. It's just a period where you rest your muscles, and it's usually between 6 to 8 weeks of consistent training. Then you deload. You see, most of us will lift and we can't rest the body. Most lifters don't understand that when you rest your muscles, that is when they even grow more. So this was the best time I told myself I needed to deload, and I checked myself out and I found out that over a year I haven't practiced deload. So it was crazy. I was actually stressing myself. See, while you're lifting weights and you don't deload, there will come to a time where a kind of saturation point where even while you're doing everything right, you are risking so much injuries. You're leaving yourself to knee pains, you're risking shoulder injuries, and as well things like exertion headaches because your fatigue level is through the roof. So practice deload. If you lift consistently for 6 to 8 weeks, then you have to deload. Most of you don't really know how to deload properly, what to do during your deload, how exactly deload is all about. If you want me to make a video about deload, leave it in the comments. I like it when you give me feedbacks. It allows me to know what next to bring to you. So let me know if you want to see the load video in the comments. Also let me know what you would like to see more of. So guys, this is it. If you're not locked in on my IG, go check my IG out. I have workout tips for you that you might not be seeing here on YouTube. So these are 5 things I did and I can no longer feel exertion headaches again. Guys, make sure that you follow this if you're feeling exertion headaches. If you've not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like, share. I'll get back to you on the next one.